$50 here in the US. So if you want to see links to any of those specific items, we'll post those in the description below.
Tip number 3 is to lock down your shot. Now, there's always the dilemma, do you do the selfie mode or do you do the normal camera? We suggest that you do the normal camera. And here's the best thing. I know I thought when I sat down, I can't see myself, but don't worry. Do a test shot first where you click the button, you sit down, you say something so you can test your audio, you can check the background, make sure everything's in frame, it looks nice, and then when you get started, everything's good to go.
Yeah, and the reason you want to do that is because the normal camera on most phones, like the majority, is so much superior to the selfie camera. But here's the thing, you can still use the selfie camera if you want, but avoid this mistake. A lot of people, when they're having selfie mode, they look at themselves and not the lens. Therefore, people can see it on the YouTube video. So do your best to look at that little lens on your phone, and that way you'll be making eye contact with the viewer.
Tip number 4 is to lock in your video settings before you start to shoot. Now, most cameras on your phone will do 1080p, which is great, and we recommend choosing that setting, but if you have the option for 4K, choose 4K. So in this video, we're doing 4K at 30 frames per second.
Yeah, and later in this series, we're going to be going through how to edit that. And what's cool is on an iPhone 8, which is the phone we're using for this series, you'll be able to edit 4K easy. But here's the other thing. You can always shoot 4K, but then later down process it to 1080p, and it'll still look better on YouTube, helping you get more views and build your brand faster. Hey, I hope you're getting value out of this video, and if you are, can you smash the like button? All right, let's get right back into the tips. Rosie!
Tip number 5 is to deliver the content. Now, before I even sat down to record the video, there's 2 things that I did. The first thing is I researched what I wanted my video to be about. So I didn't just set up all my gear, sit down, stare at the camera and go, what am I going to record? No, I actually knew what the video was going to be about. The second thing I did was I took the content that I knew I wanted to have in the video and I broke it down into points. That just helps me record the video better, and it allows my audience to be able to follow along with the video all the way to the end. Then, what I did was press record. Now, I walked through the entire video, and just like you, I stumbled. I had to stop and restart, and that's okay. You're not gonna get it right the first time, but just keep going.
Is on the phone, it's ready for the edit, but there's actually one more step before that, and that is creating a great thumbnail for YouTube. So if you want to watch part 2 in this series, you can click or tap the YouTube card, and we'll post a link to it in the description below as well.
And if you want to watch the full video that I did on my iPhone for this video, you can check it out over on my home. Up, it's not really the most flattering shot for your body, but if you're right straight on, this actually isn't the best shot either. You want to go up a little bit and angle down. It makes your body a little more miniaturized, helping those features out.
And remember, just experiment and test your final shot and see how it looks. It's also going to affect the elements in the background, so a lot of this comes with just trial and error and practice. And so test your camera at different heights and angles until you love the way it looks.
Alright, so Tere asks, how do you get the blurry background? Now, here's the thing. With the iPhone or with the smartphones, your sensor size isn't actually large enough to get the blurry background effect that you see in a lot of really cool videos. But here's some tricks that I've tried. So you want to use the object closest to the camera, and you want to have your background furthest away. That allows it to be softer, but not necessarily blurry.
Yeah, and here's the deal. If you actually want to eventually achieve some other cinematic looks, some blurry background looks, you may want to think about investing in a camera. You know, one of our favorite cameras here at Think Media is the Canon M50. There's been some incredible deals on it, and again, we'll list some of those resources in the resource guide. In fact, if you haven't downloaded our Think Media Gear Guide, then it's a great resource where we cover all the different accessories, not only for your smartphone, but also some of our top camera recommendations. So actually check out